Yo, what's going on, guys? Crispy Flakes here. For today's video, man, we gotta talk about a basketball team that I think is very deserving of a discussion right now. It's a team that I would have to say is the most surprising NBA team of the season. And there's a lot of them this season, man. Like, it's been a good year of basketball. It's been a good year of just, like, new storylines and things like that. But for today, man, we gotta give some credit to a team that's been laughed at a lot in the past, to a team that, recently just appeared to maybe have found its way, and that being the Washington Wizards. Yes, man, the Washington Wizards have been so bad over the course of the past few seasons. There was literally a decline in students at Hogwarts, man, because these students would be getting their letter in the mail saying, "You're a wizard, you're a wizard, Bobby." He's like, "I don't want to be a wizard, I want to be a Laker." And he just wouldn't show up, for his classes, right, man? Okay, so, what a stupid joke. God. Oh, man, I was mowing the lawn, and I thought of that joke. I was like, this would be so funny for a video, man. Now I'm saying it out loud. I'm just like, nope. Just an idiot, man. But no, man, straight up. What is going on with the Washington Wizards? And why are they, like, the 5th best defensive team in the NBA? Because you look at their roster, man. I got the roster pulled up, man. This is who's on this team. And you let me know in the comments, which of these guys is historically or even, right now, like known as a great defender. Now, there's a few of them, obviously, because, like I said, they're, like, 5th in the NBA. Montrezl Harrell. Energy guy. Yeah, I would never have called Montrezl Harrell a great defender in the past. Kyle Kuzma has good length to him. Somebody that could potentially be a great defender if he really applied himself to it. KCP. Yeah, he's always been kind of like a defensive dude. I'll give you that one. Who else we got here, man? Bradley Beal. I mean, Bradley Beal, like, his thing is offense. Like this is the dude that's going to give you 120% on offense and, negative 20% on defense now because he's so focused on his offensive game. That's no disrespect to Bradley Beal, but, he knows his strengths, right, man? The only other guy on this roster that I could see besides, KCP as somebody that has been a pretty solid, like, shot blocker is Daniel Gafford. Right? And the rest of the team I'm looking at, I'm just like, I'm just completely blown by how amazing they have actually been, man. I give them all the credit in the world. Now, I've been, like, really racking my brain, just, like, deciding why exactly this is the case. And I think there's two connections here, man. And it does with another team. You guys probably know what team I'm about to talk about. And that being the Los Angeles Lakers. So you're all probably watching, you're all like, Wizard fans. So you're probably like, Crispy, like, you're talking about the Wizards. Why bring up the Lakers? Because there's two guys on this team, around that team, that I think goes to show how much, given a new opportunity, how great you can become, man. Let's look at Russell Westbrook first, okay? There's no surprise that Russell Westbrook has not been great for the Lakers this season. And if you look at the statistics, he was horrible for the Washington Wizards. Yes, man, I know. I get it, man. Triple doubles. Cool, man. Like, I'm all for the eye test. I love the eye test. It's fun doing the eye test. I don't like math. Okay? I don't like doing analytics. I don't like doing statisticals. I don't like doing geometry, geology, whatever you need to be done there, man. I don't want to do it, right? I find it boring. But I understand it too. I just watched Moneyball last weekend, man. I watched Moneyball. Very good movie, by the way. But the analytics say that the plus-minus for Russell Westbrook and the Washington Wizards, they were a worse team when he was on the court. And we see that much so with the Lakers, like they want it to work. So, okay, that was the first step. Take away the point guard that takes a lot of shots, takes the ball out of, Bradley Beal's hands, get him off the team. That right there is already addition by subtraction, right? But then you got to look at part 2 of the story. And, I got to let you guys know, man, I like LeBron James. Okay, I have nothing against LeBron James. But what I do know is that when it comes to LeBron, there is a certain, I don't know if it's like an emotional thing or what it is exactly, about playing with LeBron James that, he's either going to get the absolute most out of you. That's why I actually really like it when, like, veterans go and play with LeBron, just because, you look at it in a lot of cases, and it's like they know how to, like, dig deep in their emotions and stuff like that and play with a guy like LeBron, right? And then sometimes you get, like, younger players, they don't want to overstep their boundaries. They might get a little starstruck, something like that. I think the prime example there is looking at Kyle Kuzma. Like, Kyle Kuzma on this season, man. Let me pull up his stats here real quick. We got Kyle Kuzma. Where are we at, though, man? Where are these stats at, man? I was so prepared. I had it all pulled up and everything, but my phone turned off. Okay, here we go, man. So, per game, Kyle Kuzma, 15 points, 9 rebounds per game, 2 assists, and shooting about where are we at? What's the three-point shot? About 40% from three, and overall really good field goal efficiency. That was not happening on the Lakers when LeBron got there. Man. Because very early on in Kyle Kuzma's career, you know, he was looked upon as somebody that people were saying like he's going to be just as good as Jason Tatum, right? And then once he got more affiliated with like LeBron in the offense, he was definitely taking a back seat. Obviously playing with Anthony Davis too, because both those guys played the same position as Kuzma. So Kuzma obviously in that case can be down man out, right? So he goes to the Washington Wizards, you know, free reign to do whatever he wants out there. It's beautiful, right, man? Now, obviously, LeBron James is one of the greatest players of all time. So, yes, I think there is a certain amount of responsibility if you are on LeBron's team that you do have to defer to some extent, man, to some extent, right? Just because it can go one of two ways. Like, you want the ball in LeBron's hands doing his thing, but also, you know, in the back of your mind, too, you're like, well, I'm capable of doing more, but do they need me to do more and all this stuff? I think it takes a certain type of player to play with LeBron. I think Kyle Kuzma, when he went to the Washington Wizards, he was given, you know, free reign to do what he needs to do out there, man. You look at somebody like Montrezl Harrell. Montrezl Harrell never fit in with the Laker culture, goes to the Washington Wizards, a team, you know, where the Wizards, not a small market team, not a large market team. In my opinion, the Wizards are kind of like that medium market range, probably leaning towards more small market, but you know what I'm saying there. So Montrezl Harrell goes on a team where a squad that's really going to embrace his energy and things like that, because I think that's really what the Washington Wizards lacked in years past, was that certain element of energy, because it was literally Bradley Beal, do your thing, and everybody else just kind of do what you do out there too, which doesn't work for winning basketball. And I think that's the comparison between maybe like a Bradley Beal and LeBron James, where, you know, LeBron in his prime could put up crazy numbers and carry a team all by himself. He could just do it by himself. Look back at the Cleveland Cavaliers days, took him to the NBA Finals. Yeah, they lost to the San Antonio Spurs, but he was very young at that point, right, man? Where Bradley Beal, I think, is also capable of putting up crazy numbers. You know, he almost won the scoring thing last season. Steph Curry got about like a point or two, but it's not going to lead the W's, right? Like, somebody like that needs the help of the teammates. So you got Montrezl, you got Kuzma, you bring in Spencer Dinwiddie, all these dudes out there, man, that are not number one options, but you combine what they are skillful at and what they're capable of bringing, combined with Bradley Beal and his scoring abilities, but maybe just taking just a little bit of a step back, man. Just a little bit of step back, a little relying on his teammates. Then all of a sudden you just have a formula that works. And it's working real good. It's been a fun team to watch. They're first place right now here in the Eastern Conference, man. Looking at the stats real quick here again, just so you guys know like what these dudes are all about. You got Bradley Beal averaging 23 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists. So really like him taking on the playmaking role like that. He's always been a pretty good passer. But you know, his scoring's down a little bit, and as it should be, man. Like, get your teammates involved, right? Because if they got their confidence going, you don't got to be dropping 30 points every night. You don't got to be getting double teamed every single night, although he probably does anyway, but still. And you know, you got Montrezl Harrell, 18 points, 9 rebounds per game. Montrezl Harrell seemed like one of like the forgotten dudes of the NBA last year, because just like 2 seasons ago, wasn't he going for like 6th man of the year or something like that? So obviously a very talented, you know, player in the NBA. Dinwiddie, 15 points, 6 assists, 5 rebounds per game. Somebody that was looking like an all-star caliber player when Kyrie Irving was out. We said what Kuzma's stats were. Then, you know, KCP doing some of the role player stuff out there, man. Raul Neto's been pretty good. Daniel Gafford overall. I like Daniel Gafford a lot. I do feel like he's like like the future center of their team. But I don't know. It's been fun. The question is buy or sell, because it is the regular season. Nobody really, I don't even think a lot of teams even had the Wizards making the playoffs, man. Like, I just remember listening in the summer, not a lot of teams had them listed as a playoff team. So what do you do with them at that point? Like, when they're playing this great, I think they're right up there with the Chicago Bulls. It's like, well, the Bulls, I wasn't really surprised by the Bulls, because like the Bulls I did think were going to be a good team, but like the Washington Wizards, man, like, not expecting this whatsoever. You love to see it. You absolutely love to see it. So do I buy or sell them right now? As far as, you know, if we're talking stock or something like that, I think it's still a little early to see. If I remember correctly, man, I know like a team like the Cleveland Cavaliers last year, I believe, started off like 5-0. So what I do know is I look at this Wizards team, Bradley Beal, his loyalty to the franchise. You got some dudes out there that's won some champions, you know, won championship, the Lakers and everything. Well, not all of them, but, you know, like Kuzma and stuff, KCP. And you got a lot of other guys that are just looking to prove themselves, man. You know, I mean, you look at just what that Russell Westbrook trade was all about. I mean, it was called the Russell Westbrook trade. Now it's starting to look like the Montrezl Harrell trade. So if you're a Wizards fan, let me know in the comment section below. How far do you think your team could go? If you're just a fan of the NBA and you're witnessing the Washington Wizards and what they're doing, how far do you think they could go, man? Very curious about that. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this type of NBA discussion video. Definitely want to do more of these. I don't know, man. I just like talking about basketball and stuff. So, yes, that's all we have. Thank you all so much for watching, and peace out, my friends.